need to get, hey. You gotta, I will get off. Right now. I don't care. Get off the street.
That way, Michael.
What was this?
Where's Brendan?
Can't stop these kids.
Who's up?
All right. So I saw this the other day and I decided that I was going to save it to talk about it later, right? Because I wanted to give it some time to cook. Y'all know that I like to give, sometimes you got to give headlines some time to simmer so that you allow time for more information to come to light, right? Well, I decided to wait, and I waited and I've waited and I've waited, and no more information seems to be coming out. So maybe we'll get some later, but as of right now, we don't have any more information. But I do want to read the notes that were taken about this, and just to put this in context for those of you who are watching who may not have seen this. So it says the father of a Baraboo high school graduate attacked the district superintendent because he was black and he didn't want his daughter shaking his hand. Now listen, that is the headline, all right? I'm gonna keep reading before we address that. The incident was captured on video and shows the man running on stage just after the girl had been handed her diploma and began working her way down a line of school officials shaking hands. Before she was able to shake Superintendent Rainey Briggs' hand, the racist father pushed him out of the way, saying, "That's my daughter. I don't want her touching him." Briggs could be overheard saying, "You better get up off me, man. Get away from me, bro." In a statement, district spokesperson Haley Wagner said a disorderly conduct charge for the man was referred to the Sauk County District Attorney's Office. And listen, I want to know, I gotta start doing these. I gotta start doing some of this live, y'all. I think that's what this channel is coming to eventually. I think eventually I'm going to have to pivot again on this channel and start doing these things live because I like to get y'all reaction up close and personal. I like to get y'all reaction as it's, you know, as we go over the media and as we go over the content, just so I can have that dialogue with some of you back and forth in the comments. I think that is the future of this channel. But for now, going on. Who's that? Never mind. Wisconsin high school dad. Listen, we got some more information. This article from TMZ was had a little bit more information as I was reading. I'm going to read it for you all, and then I'm going to give what I think about this. A Wisconsin dad is under fire for rushing the stage at his daughter's high school graduation to shove a school official from the handshake lineup, and some think race is involved. This went down at Baraboo High School last week when they were holding their ceremony for the outgoing seniors. The video captured this awkward moment, and it was definitely awkward. You could tell that the daughter right there, pictured right there, you could tell that she was absolutely embarrassed by this. She was absolutely embarrassed by this. And I don't think the father, for whatever reason, whatever his motive was, it doesn't even matter, because in the moment, what he did was he took away from his daughter's moment of receiving her graduation ceremony certificate. He forever took away from that moment, and the light was put on him. The camera was put on him. The attention was put on him. So whatever your intention was, I'm pretty sure that it wasn't to take away from the light of your very own daughter who was receiving her graduate honors. And your goofy ass is running up on stage, and this is going to go down forever in the history of her memory. Y'all don't even fucking think before y'all act. Y'all just do things. But let's continue reading. So this went down, right? It was captured on video. She's walking across the stage and preparing to shake hands with the district bigwigs. Or you can see there in the lineup, and you can see the superintendent there at the very end, which you can't help but notice that all these people are white, and you got one black dude who just happens to be the superintendent in the back, waiting because he's the top of the top, right? He's the last line of defense. He's basically like he's over all of them. Superintendent is over all of them, right? So naturally, he's last. So the superintendent, who's black, is at the end of the line and he's ready to put her there. That's funny. But the girl's father pops up out of nowhere from the crowd, whisking him away fast. You can tell the impromptu interruption caught everyone off guard, including his own kid. That's what I mean. And while they're off camera, you can hear what sounds like the father say, "I don't want her touching him." This while the superintendent, Rennie Briggs, expresses frustration. You can see his goofy ass getting ready to run up there now with his little sunglasses on his fucking hat. You know what? Can I say this? Not that I'm asking permission, because I'm going to say it anyway. Is it just me, or do I think that every dude that I see with a hat on that have the glasses up here on top of the hat, why they always like the worst possible asshole that you could ever run into? I've never seen all the dudes that wear the hat with the glasses that sit on top of them. They're always some of the worst. Never mind. Let's continue. It all ended with the father, whom we're not identifying to protect the girl's identity. Well, you know the internet is going internet. They already found his name. I'm not going to say it here, but it's very findable if you wanted to know. His name is out there already. It ended with the girl's father getting arrested and booked on a disorderly conduct charge, but his motives remain unclear. Baraboo PD tells TMZ a resource officer who was on campus at the time ended up detaining the dad, and he was eventually taken to a room for questioning, where we're told cops asked him why he did what he did, but the dude wouldn't offer a clear reason. That's the superintendent there, handsome looking dude, put together well. BPD says the father offered a vague rationale that didn't specify what his beef with Briggs was. And the cops go on to say that they won't speculate on the motives here either. That's not stopping others from jumping to conclusions, of course, including a state representative named Francesca Hong, who straight up labeled it racist and vile. Here is one of her tweets. Dr. Briggs is an excellent superintendent who cares deeply about the well-being of all students in the Baraboo district. No one should have to endure this type of gross and racist conduct. So listen. It says, by the way, a local report says the district at large has been ensnared in controversy of late. So again, it's unclear what exactly this was really about. We tried hitting Briggs for further clarification, but he didn't want to talk. Of course, what the fuck I want to talk to TMZ for? We haven't been able to reach the dad. Of course you're not. So listen. My first question is to y'all. I want to know in the comments down below, y'all let me know. I want to know what you all would have done in this situation if you were the superintendent. If you were the superintendent, what would have been your response to someone running up on stage, grabbing you, because you can see him grabbing him. He's grabbing his arm right there. Grabbing you and basically shoving you out of line and shoving you out of the way. What would have been your response? I can tell you what mine would have been. I can absolutely tell you what my response would have been. For one, if I was standing there, I don't think he would have ran up on me and did that. But hey, you never know. Some people are brazen, right? Especially so if he's the type of person that people are alleging, they got all the confidence in the world. But I want to know from y'all, what would your response have been in this particular situation? Because really, honestly, I don't know I can't presume to know his reasoning for doing what he did. But it does seem very peculiar to me that out of everyone, you chose the black guy to shove out of the line and say that I don't want my daughter touching him. That's what he said. That's what he said. And if that's the case, then dear old dad, I got some news for you. Wait till your daughter get to where she going and she run into Deontay. Wait till your daughter get to where she going and she run into Travis. Listen, I don't know what his true motive was, but I know that if he had ran up on me, I probably would have knocked him clean out. But that's me. I want to know what y'all would have done in this particular situation. It's embarrassing for both parties. This will be a part of this will be a part of the school throughout their history now, throughout their history. And my problem is, if you had a problem with if you had such a big problem with the superintendent being black, then you probably shouldn't have had your kid there in the first place. You probably shouldn't even brought your kid to graduation in the first place because you ruined it anyway. So what difference does it make? Right? Now, I read something else before we get out of here. I read something else in the comment section that I have to bring up. Don't know if it's true or not, but I saw it, so I have to bring it up. This person here says, people should research what they are told on social media. This had nothing to do with race. The parents of this school have been trying to get this superintendent to resign due to inappropriate behavior towards staff and teachers. If that's the case, okay, if that's the case, what does that have to do with a single parent in the audience? It says staff and teachers, not staff, teachers, and students. So what does that have to, in other words, who told you to put on a cape for the staff and teachers? Obviously, this superintendent is well liked. You can hear students booing the dad. Right? You can hear students booing the dad, and you can see other people looking at this fool like, what are you doing? But again, in my opinion, this dude running up on stage what's the male version of Karen? Kyle. Kyle had no business running up, throwing his cape on and running up on stage, deciding he about to do something. Dude, you know how you would get laid out if this was somewhere else. You don't run up on stage and put your hands on somebody just because you don't like them. There's tons of people that I don't like, and I see them every day. You can't go around shoving everybody out the way that you don't like. That's the quickest way to get you put on your ass. Quickest way. Like I said, if it was me, it would have been a different situation, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. And this is not me fronting for the Facebook or fronting for YouTube or for clicks and views or cause it's entertainment. No, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what I know. If a white dude runs up on me, grabs me aggressively and tries to shove me out of the way, you getting laid out. But I want to know what y'all would have done. Now, granted, I do want to commend this brother. I want to commend him right now because it took an unbelievable amount of poise in the moment to refrain from punching this dude square in his face. It took an unbelievable amount of restraint, I know, for him not to just haul off and send this dude to the upper room. So I do want to commend this brother on that. Because, man, I'm pretty sure he was also thinking about his career as a superintendent and how that would have looked. But you see what he's faced with in the moment, in that dilemma? My job on the line, and I got a white man running up on me in my face, shoving me. What do? Right? So I want to know what y'all would have done in this situation. Again, if this was a situation where the dad was trying to run in and protect and stand up for the other teachers and staff, bro, you should have did that at one of the council meetings. You should have did that at one of the school meetings. You should have took it up with him personally or held a meeting at the office. You should have called somebody higher up. You don't choose to do this at a time when your daughter is supposed to be receiving her honors and moving on with a graduation certificate. And now that memory has forever been tainted by your goofy ass because you decided to run up on stage and have a moment of weakness. What a terrible father. In this regard, I don't know how he is personally. Might be a great dude at home to her. Don't know. But I know in this moment, you absolutely ruined it and you fucked up her graduation forever. Embarrassing. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later.